Okay, so I cut my hair today. I cut it kind of a lot. I think I cut 4 inches off. It was super spontaneous. If I knew I was gonna do it, I would have filmed it, but I was in the shower and I had my meditation music on and I was doing some shower meditation and I just came out and it was one of those things where I didn't even think twice about it. I just started chopping away. So the last couple of years has kind of been a journey with my hair, and I keep getting questions about some of the stuff I've mentioned on Instagram, if it's working, is it not working? So I just want to do a hair update and tell you sort of where I'm at, what progress I've made, what products I'm using now. So some of you know, some of you don't know that for a couple of years straight, I was getting the Brazilian blowout treatment and I was loving it. It was great. I have really coarse frizzy hair, so it was making it more manageable to style and to just dry out of the shower. And because of that, I started losing a lot of hair, alarming amounts of hair, like to the point where I needed to get a blood test. Like I thought something was wrong. And it turns out it was just a result of doing that back to back, like too much. So it was a huge bummer. And if you have ever dealt with hair loss, I'm sure a lot of people have, you know, it doesn't feel good. It's just kind of like a downer. And actually, I don't know if you noticed, but these last couple years, actually probably even more than that, I haven't ever worn my hair straight because I've lost so much hair and I was getting so much new growth. So I had all this volume up here and like practically nothing down here. So it was like an Elvira situation when my hair was straight. So all this time I've been trying to create the illusion of fuller ends by waving my hair. My hair is always in waves, but this is the first time I think I'm on camera with straight hair without looking crazy. It's actually kind of different to see myself with straight hair. I think that's also part of why I cut it, is I just didn't want to keep forcing the long hair situation, knowing that all those ends were on their way out anyway and it looked stringy and it looked just sparse. So I just said to hell with it and just cut 4 inches off. And I'm actually really happy with it because now it's obviously healthier, and I actually my hair has been growing much longer and fuller in the last couple of months, and I'll explain everything I've been using. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is something that people keep asking about because I mentioned it a couple of times on Instagram. It's the serum I started using called, I think I'm saying it right, Vegamore. So I randomly saw an ad for this stuff on Instagram. I was just scrolling through and it was this girl with like super full hair and she was playing with it and I was like, ooh, what's this? Turns out it was a serum, a hair serum that you just apply to your scalp every night. I do it every night before I go to bed, and you just kind of like work it through your scalp. So I decided to try it. I had tried other serums before that were like super sticky and greasy, like it made my hair greasy, so it was impossible to style your hair. You kind of just always had to have greasy hair using that stuff. So this one turned out to be pretty different. It's plant-based. First of all, it's plant-based, vegan, cruelty-free. And when I used it for the first time, I was so happy because it has almost no smell. The smell is actually very like mild, almost citrusy smell. But the serum itself, the consistency is like very, very watery. So it just goes onto your scalp and you just like work it through your scalp and that's it. You don't feel greasy. It's not oily and sticky at all. It's actually really easy to like weave into my routine. I've been using that for the last, I bought 1 bottle, and then as I was finishing that first bottle, I bought like a 3-pack of the same bottle just to see where I am, because each bottle is like a 30-day supply. As I was finishing that first month's bottle, I bought the 3-pack. Right now I'm getting close to the end of my 2nd bottle. So the claim that they make is that you'll see 50% more density in your hair by month 3 or 4. I'm a little bit hesitant to talk about it now, but I have to because so many people are asking about it and what like they want to hear the progress. But I will say, because I have gray hairs, I've been sort of using that as my benchmark for how fast my hair is actually growing. And I actually do notice it's growing faster. Like I'll do the at-home color, which is the Clairol Root Touch-Up. It's a really, really good at-home gray kit. It works in 10 minutes flat. You're done so quick and super easy to use. So I have boxes and boxes stockpiled in my bathroom. So I'll use that and it'll be completely like, everything will be colored. And then I'll just keep track of my grays because they're mostly at my temples here. I'll notice how fast they're growing compared to how they were growing before. So far, it looks like it's actually growing faster. Is it like mind-blowing, remarkable growth? No, but it's faster. I noticed because I was, you know, trimming the ends of my hair pretty frequently, and my hair never looked that much shorter. So I definitely do think it's working and it's growing my hair a good amount. And actually, when I was blow drying my hair today, I wanted to do like a good blow dry. I noticed that, you know, when you're blow drying, you could see the hair, like kind of whatever's shorter kind of starts to fall out of the brush. There's so much new growth, which makes me so happy because it shows me that, you know, the hair loss wasn't really like an internal issue, which I'm very grateful for. So it's really encouraging to see that new growth, and I can see the new growth is actually growing faster than it was before. So I think this serum is working. Does it actually live up to the claim they make? I don't know yet. I'm still at around the end of month 2. I'm just gonna give it a couple more months to see, but so far I'm actually pretty happy I started it. And again, because it's such an easy thing to use, it's not messy, it's not time consuming. Just at the end of the day when I'm doing my nighttime skincare routine, the very last thing I do is I put that around my scalp and I like kind of massage it around and then I go to bed. So that's one thing I've started doing in my hair routine that I actually am really happy I did because it looks like it's working. Another thing that I started to do, here's the thing, I'm very bad at, I mentioned this in the video I did with Susan, I'm really bad at taking things orally. When it comes to taking supplements and stuff, it's very hard for me to take something every day, but for a while, and I want to start doing this, for a while I started taking this mineral supplement that Sona recommended. She said that when she started taking it, her hair was growing like a weed, like it was growing so fast. And it's just minerals from, I think like Utah, from like the earth. It's like iron and other minerals, and it has, what's the taste? What was the flavor? I think it was like apple or something, but I got it on Amazon. I'll link it down below so you guys can check it out. And it actually seems like a really high quality mineral supplement. So not just for hair, I think for overall health, if you're looking for a mineral supplement, it's probably a really good one to take. So I took that for about a month straight. So that might have also helped, but then I fell off the wagon. So I want to get another bottle and try again. I feel like I just need to put an alarm on my phone that reminds me every day to go down and take a supplement, because I don't know, I don't really have like an excuse as to why I can't take oral supplements. It's just like it's a habit thing, and I'm not in the habit, but I need to try because I bet that would help me so much. Even that omega, the fish oil supplement I showed you guys, that tastes so good. It tastes so good. Why not take it? Like, it's easy. So I think if I get myself in the habit of taking that supplement, my hair is probably gonna grow even faster. So 2 more things I'm doing differently that improved my hair a lot. One, I think I mentioned in another hair video, was the flat iron. A hairstylist was cutting my hair and she told me how much more damage, obviously heat styling period is gonna do damage to your hair, but I didn't know that a flat iron did so much more damage. I think just because of the high level of the heat. You know, before I was flat ironing my roots all the time to try to get them to not be so puffy. So I stopped doing that ever since she told me that. When was that? September. I was in New York in September. That's when I got my hair cut there. Wow, that's the last time I cut my hair. Yikes. So this was much needed. So ever since she told me that, I just ditched the flat iron. I have not used it ever since. I still use my curling iron, but I put it on a lower heat. That's really helped. I'm noticing way less breakage. My hair just seems stronger, way less damage. So if you are using a flat iron, stop. I would love to be able to do no heat style, period. In that video, a couple people suggested like wrapping my head with like a silk scarf when I go to bed. I need to try to do that because I know that heat is really contributing to, you know, the dryness and the damage in my hair. So I would love to be able to stop doing that. Haven't done it yet. I'm still blow drying and still putting the waves through my hair, but I would love to be able to ditch heat altogether. But ditching the flat iron has helped tremendously. And then another change I made, which hasn't only been good for my hair, but also my skin, is silk pillowcases. I don't know if you guys have heard of Slip. It's that brand that makes the silk pillowcases. They make the silk eye masks. They make like a spray that I actually have on my nightstand. It's like a lavender chamomile spray. just to like give you a restful sleep. So I changed the pillowcases to the silk ones because I was asking another hairstylist, I said, why all of a sudden do I have split ends? I've never really had split ends that much, but then all of a sudden I had just a bunch of split ends, and she said, are you sleeping with your hair tied or just open? And I said, I just sleep with it open. She's like, that's one reason. And then she said, are you sleeping on silk pillowcases? And I said, no. And she's like, definitely switch to silk because that really, really helps. So in the last month, I switched to silk pillowcases, and it actually has really improved my hair. I don't see split ends like I used to. Like, I'm talking about, they were like frazzled split ends. So I think it's like a combination of like the no flat iron, the silk pillowcases, probably all this trimming that I'm doing. All of that is really improving the health of my hair. And now, I mean, it looks so much fuller. It doesn't look like it did before, but I'm getting there. Like, I can feel there's so much fullness up here. And down here, I mean, it was so much less before I cut 4 inches off. But the fact that I'm able to wear it straight now says a lot. Anyway, now moving on to products, shampoo, conditioner, all that stuff. So for my shampoo and conditioner, I'm using currently the Fakai Full Blown Volume line. So Fakai, I went to one of their events in LA in, gosh, when was that? Maybe it was January. Fakai obviously has been around for a really long time, for years and years, but they've really switched up how they're doing everything. So not only are their formulas still really focused on performance, but they're super, super, super clean. But their packaging now is fully recyclable, and their plastic, they did a full presentation at that event I went to. Their plastic is 95% recycled material that they create their bottles out of. I was actually so impressed with this presentation that they did, because you could really tell that they put a lot of thought into just coming into the year 2020, making things really sustainable and having the environment in mind. So like I said, performance-wise, their products still are amazing, but it's just so much more clean. They took all the nasty stuff out. And really important is their packaging now. It's like fully recyclable, so I'm really happy to be able to use these products. I think, you know, the more time goes on, we start to make little changes, and seeing that a brand is so committed to that, like, that encourages me, and it makes me want to use their products more. And the fact that they're actually doing good for my hair is like win-win. I know this sounds sponsored, it's not. I just really love seeing brands, especially big brands who, I mean, at the end of the day, they could go on and not make these changes and probably still be successful, but they really committed to that, and I love that. I think that that's really respectable. So I hope that other brands will also start to follow suit and make those changes. But yeah, like I said, they gave me the full collection that day. I'm using the Full Blown Volume right now because I'm lacking some volume right now. But when I come out of the shower, I use their Brilliant Gloss. I think it's called Multitasker. It's like a cream that I put through my hair when it's damp, and then I go to blow dry it. My hair has been responding really, really well to both the shampoo, conditioner, and the leave-in. So those are the products I'm using for like cleansing and preparing for blow dry. As far as blow dryers go, I think I mentioned in my last video that I'm kind of over this whole gimmicky, like, ceramic, ionic. I don't know, ceramic actually maybe is worth it, but this ionic, like, technology, whatever it is, it kind of just seems like fluff to me. So I'm just right now using a standard blow dryer that I think Dry Bar sent to me like a couple of years ago. I see no difference. In fact, I think it blow dries my hair pretty fast, actually, because it's more powerful. All the ionic ones aren't, they're like so like they're what do you call it? The pressure is like so little. I need to get this done quick. Like, we need to go. And then I'm trying to think, same curling iron as before, drugstore. I got it from Target. Makes no difference. You don't need to spend like $250 on a curling iron. $14.99 from Target. It works just fine. And I think that's it for like hair changes I've made. I wanted to just give you guys an update because I know that, you know, a lot of people have been asking because they're going through the same thing. So these are just the things that I've started doing in my routine that have started to help. I think the biggest one is probably the Vegamore. But like I said, I'm still only on month 2. You're supposed to see like max results at the end of 4 months. So I'm like halfway through the process. Anyway, that is my quick hair update for you guys. If you have any more questions, I know everyone has like specific concerns that they have, just leave them down in the comments and let's chat about it, because I know hair is important to a lot of people. And then finally, the only thing I'll say that 100% no question has helped the health of my hair. You guys, if you've been with my channel for a while, you've seen the difference. Like, go back to like 6 years ago, and then now I had like blondish hair. I had an ombre. It just, it's not meant for me. I just should have, this is my natural hair color. It's like a darkest brown. On the color scale, it's a 2. 1 is probably like a pure black, but my hair is not pure black. It's like a darkest brown, but not color processing my hair anymore really helped the health of my hair, because obviously all that bleach was making my hair break off, especially if you have dry hair like me. If you have silky hair, God bless you. I don't know what that's like. I bet it's awesome. But if you have like silky hair, you can play around with, you know, lightening your hair a little bit more here and there. But if you have hair like me that's coarse, dry, on the frizzy side, we just gotta be a little more careful. We have to add a little more TLC into the hair, and, you know, bleaching, all that processing, it just is not the business. I just started to embrace my natural hair color, and I couldn't be happier. Right now I can't imagine seeing myself with any other color but like this almost black shade, which is my natural color. So anyway, that is just my quick hair update, letting you guys know what I've been doing, what changes I've made, what shampoo, conditioner I'm using. I'm kind of interested how my hair is gonna look at this length with the waves. It's probably gonna be super short. You might see it in my next video, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.